All right, so here is the button template project, and you can see there's three different ways of using the button here. So first, import the project ID following these instructions, and then once you've done that, meet us over in the Play Editor. And when you load it up, double-click the button demo scene, and I will quickly walk you through everything that you'll need to change here. Let's start by looking at this one to the left. Um, Firstly, if you need to change the button size, you can do so here. And because it's piped into the unselected image, the selected image, and the blank dummy interactive button node, then they all scale up together. So you can see both the grayed out, meaning selected image, and the bright white, meaning unselected image, are both scaling up. So I'll just take that back to 40. And the only thing you're going to need to change here is the images you want to use. So drag in your images into this maps folder, or really anywhere in the asset manager, and then drag your image onto the image here. So now I'll click on that, and I've changed that image. And if I go to the selected, I can drag any other image on top of there. So now I've changed that image. So now let's look at the center one, the Eiffel Tower. If you need to change the size, you can do so here. If you're interested, you can see that this one's being created a little differently. Instead of having two different image nodes over in the hierarchy, there's just one. And instead of changing out the image node, we just push a different string to it. So for this one, you will drag and drop your file onto the string node instead. You can see I changed that one. And also note that if you click on either the blank dummy or the actual one with the images being piped into it, you can see that the alignment is set to center on the X and max on the Y, and that's what's keeping it always centered in screen. That's the other difference between these two. And now let's look at the third one. This one's a little different because it's saying only one of these three things can be selected at the same time. Should you want to change the size of these buttons, you can do so right here with the right button size, and you can scale them all up, and the padding stays the same. If you want to change the spacing between them, you can do so right here, just like that. And if for some reason you want to change the offset from the top, you can do that right here. So you can, if you wanted to make them centered, you'd have to do something a little more complicated. This is just from the top. And then you will change the images using these nodes over here. Again, you just drag it onto the image area. I can go into a little bit about the sender and receiver. When you click the blank dummy image, like the first one, for example, we can watch it fire here in the output. And when it fires, it sends this message of which button is the name of the sender, and the message is 0. So if we look at this one, if this one fires, the message is going to be 1, and if this one fires, the message is going to be 2. So this one receiver node is listening to any sender called which button, and then it's looking for the text. So watch the text change as I do that. And then that information is getting sent through these three conditionals, and this one says, if that text is 0, push a yes to this switch. And this one says, if that text is 1, push a yes to this switch, and if that text is 2, push a yes to that switch. And then if we go up out of this overlay graph and go into the WebGL graph, you can see there's also a receiver node here that's looking for the which button, and same conditional. If that equals 1, then pipe a 1 to the switch and turn the angel on. And that's everything you need to know for this template.